What's up guys? Today we're going to be checking out Venom, Let There Be Carnage on 4K Blu-ray. This isn't a video on how good or bad the movie is, I'm just going to be sharing some of my thoughts on the audio and the video quality. Now let's go over a few tech specs. The movie was shot in 4.5K and 6.5K. It's got a 2K DI. It's rated PG-13. Runtime is 97 minutes. Aspect ratio is a screen filling 185:1, and the audio is in Dolby Atmos, which sounded pretty much as I remembered it when I saw it at the theater. I'd say for about 80% of the movie, most of the surround effects stay within the lower channels. You can see here in the Atmos viewer that the speakers that are lit up green are the active channels. In this particular scene, there's good lower channel ambiance in the background with nothing happening up top. And there are even some big action scenes where the heights are silent as well. The scene at the jail being a big one. To be fair, there's a part in this scene when Carnage goes all tornado and you get to hear all kinds of debris flying in every speaker. So when the Atmos effects do kick in, it's a dynamically mixed soundtrack with objects that do move around rather than being static. There's some nice rain effects at 21 minutes in that sound very spacious, and I'd say that most of the third act, or rather the final battle, gets the most aggressive overhead usage. Carnage shooting out those spikes is pretty cool. There's some excellent low end of response when the guards put on their headphones at Ravenwood and the explosions hit hard and will shake your house. Dialogue sounded clean throughout, and when Venom goes all out of body, his voice has a deep resonance in the center channel, meaning he's got a very bassy voice. Oh yeah! If you're new to the channel and you like AV equipment or new movies, then be sure to tap the subscribe button for new weekly videos. Image-wise, this is a clean digitally shot movie, so it's got zero film grain, which I know a lot of you folks don't like. I wouldn't call it 4K crisp because there's a touch of softness to the image, so it doesn't have that hard, sharp definition like say Gemini Man or even Aquaman. This is probably done so the CG blends in better with the live action. Wow! There's still tons of detail in close-ups and in far-field shots when it's well lit, but in darker shots, which happens to be most of the movie, blacks can get crushed in the very darkest parts of a scene, and the specular highlights contrast nicely against the dark scenes and can get rather bright. This seems all to be done purposely.
I love the crushed blacks, you know, I love the intensity and the color and the saturation. All of those sharp contrasts and the highlights, all of that sort of stuff is absolutely amazing and really visceral, and you know, it just sharpens the senses. It's fantastic.
As for HDR and the color palette, if you've seen the first Venom, this looks very similar. Like I said earlier, this is a very dark movie from start to finish and takes place mostly at night. There's nothing really eye-popping or colorful except for maybe the explosions, and even Carnage, even though he's red, is a very, very dark red. The digital effects are clean with a bit of cartooniness to them, just like in the first movie, but I did feel it fit well within this world and looked perfectly fine. Wow! Yeah! So for video quality, I'd have to go with an 8. It's a clean-looking transfer with very good detail. It is really dark, and I also don't think this would be a movie you'd use to show off your 4K display. I guess if you wanted to show off how good the black levels are in your OLED, then this might be a good choice. For audio, I'm going to go with an 8.4. Even though the height channels don't get a ton of usage, the lower channel effects had good spacing, and when the action kicks in, the height channels can be very aggressive. If you've got wide channels or a center surround, those will get some pretty good use too. Overall, it's a really good mix with some killer bass. So what are your thoughts on Venom Let There Be Carnage on 4K Blu-ray? Have you seen it, and which do you like better, the first one or the second one? Leave a comment down below and let us know. Now, if you want to grab this movie, I'll leave some links for it down below in the video's description. As always, guys, thanks for watching. If you want, you can follow us on social media, and if you want to support the channel and get great discounts on audio and video gear, then stop by our Patreon page. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe, and we will see you again in the next video.